Welcome to Kev's Twisted Humor. Today we explore the history of farts. Why did the chicken cross the road? To escape the farmer's farts, of course, but did you know the chicken itself might be a little gas bomber? One of the first cavemen, named Grug, bent down to get a drink of water and thus emitted the world's first human fart. Grug was proud, but his two wives were decidedly not impressed. This is the grand story of farts, a tale that takes us back to the dawn of life itself. Picture the first single-celled organisms bubbling and brewing in the primordial soup, releasing the world's first farts. Yes, the first toots were not a human invention, but a biological marvel that has spanned millions of years. Come on, have some class, amoeba. Don't you know you're on a date? Our journey through time brings us to ancient Rome, where a hearty fart was considered a sign of robust health. Fast forward to the Victorian era, where farts were the height of indecency. Imagine the struggle of holding in a particularly boisterous one during a formal dinner. Sir Percival Hardy held them in but sadly exploded at age 38. Boom. From prehistoric times to the present, farts have been a constant, amusing, and sometimes embarrassing part of life. So, before we proceed, take a moment to appreciate your own farts. They're a part of a grand historical tradition. If you haven't hit subscribe, and please do, or you know what kind of punishment is coming your way. Ever wondered if your pet turtle is secretly letting one rip while you're not looking? Well, buckle up, because we're about to delve into the wild world of animal flatulence. Now, it's a common misconception that all creatures fart. Truth is, not all animals share our gassy habits. For instance, birds and some types of fish have no need for such crude emissions. But let's talk about those who do. Some scientists theorize that the first pets were bought so as to be blamed. In the wild, take the noble blue whale, the largest animal on our planet. When a blue whale passes gas, it's not just a mere toot. Oh no, we're talking about a fart bubble large enough to enclose a horse. After eating Mexican, it could enclose Greenland, scientists have discovered. And let's not forget the tiny termite. These little farters may be small, but they're mighty in the farting world, contributing significantly to global methane production with their gassy emissions. Come on, be more eco-termites. So next time your dog farts and tries to blame you, remind them that they come from a long line of proud animal farters. My dog Nicky is silent but deadly. I'm proud of my dog. I keep him close when salespeople of Jehovah's come to the door. From the noble knights of the Middle Ages to the astronauts in space, no one can escape the call of the fart. So, who are some of the most notorious farters in history? First, let's take a trip to 19th century France. Meet Joseph Pujol, a man who turned flatulence into an art form. Known on stage as Le Petomane, which loosely translates to the fartomaniac, Pujol could control his farts to perform musical tunes. Yes, you heard that right, musical farts. Blame It on the Dog was first uttered by Franklin Bacon in 1735. Pardon You was first uttered by George Washington while crossing the Delaware. Now fast forward to the space age. Astronauts, those brave souls exploring the final frontier, face a unique challenge: dealing with farts in space. With no gravity to assist in the usual downward departure, astronauts have to be strategic about when they let it rip. Imagine that, farting in zero gravity. Hiroshi Sakamoto, Japan's first astronaut in space, said, "When you fart in space, no one can hear you scream. Fart, bubble come, hit face, but feeling is mutual." So whether you're a king or a jester, a scientist or a rock star, remember, everybody farts. And if you're lucky enough, you might just go down in history for it. Samantha Hefford, a flight attendant, masters the toot and scoot method in economy class. What a pro. And here's my pro tip, kids. When on the elevator, be sure to turn to the person next to you and blame them. Pig, I shout. Donald Trump is known to fart orange. I can't explain that one. Joe Biden? Well, any fart coming from him is a potential misadventure. Let's put it that way. Skid marks in the Oval Office. Ouch. We've been through a lot today, haven't we? I know my buddy Tom has. He had to commute with me today in my little economy car. Poor Tom. Luckily I know CPR. From the dawn of time to the far reaches of space, farts have been with us every step of the way. I hope you have listened well. There's a test at the end. So next time you feel a little rumble in your tummy, don't be embarrassed. Stand proud, and remember, you're participating in a universal tradition that spans across species and centuries. Toot on, my friends, toot on. Remember, philosophers say that everything happens for a reason. And don't worry, because farts are 100% natural. No additives. And lastly, I leave you with a Scottish gravestone quote, "Ere we be, let wind blow free."